Fun fact, by capturing up to 1 million tons of CO2 per year from the atmosphere, you could earn up to $85 million of federal tax credits thanks to Section 45Q. Developers are not aware that they are able to qualify for this. If they are aware how to set up their project to make sure that they benefit from it, maybe their financial team has not fully informed them of the opportunity. If you'd like to know more about this, stay with me and we'll describe it in more detail. So what is the 45Q carbon capture tax credit? How does it work? Let's go through a credit breakdown and then let's talk through an action plan. So 45Q primarily targets the CO2 produced from industrial sources, and it gives a tax credit based on a per metric ton captured. It depends on the exact nature of the capture or the subsequent usage, and it's established to support climate goals. It targets either permanent storage in geological formations or beneficial reuse in the extraction of fuels and materials from underground drilling. In order to get either of those credits, you have to make sure that you comply very carefully with Treasury and EPA guidelines. The credit breaks down as follows: $85 a ton for permanent storage, by which I mean permanent capture in underground locations, in caverns, or $60 a ton for the reuse in such activities as injecting the CO2 into oil or gas wells to enhance the extraction of some of the harder to get and access resources. There's a 12-year claim period for this, and the project must begin by January of 2026. So what's your action plan? First of all, you need to assess your facility to determine whether or not it qualifies. Maybe connect in that process with experts who can help you verify the criteria that you need to meet in order to be able to benefit from the credit. And then you need to plan your implementation. Once you've implemented the project and it's in place and you're entitled to the credits, then you need to be very careful about monitoring the production of that emission, the capture of that emission, and the reporting to the IRS of that entire process along the chain of activity. It's somewhat complex and requires a great deal of study and implementation and monitoring to make sure that you get the benefit that the government wants you to have. So I would encourage you to book a complimentary call with me at Dakota Ridge Capital to discuss your project, see if we can help you save substantial taxes and enhance the return on your investment portfolio.